Hello YouTubers, you're subscribed and everybody else in the remaining social networks. Here's Star King and welcome back to another live reaction. Today is Boku no Hero Academia, chapter 304. Good question. I'll tell once it appears. Anyway, so last time around we kind of put an end to the whole family drama for the time being and ended with Hawks going to see Izuku, and All Might commenting that he can just barely feel the fact that Deku is having a chit chat with the previous holders of, for one for all. It's confusing and it's always the same. Anyway, and that's exactly where we go back in. I can feel it. One for all inside him. However, I can barely sense what's happening. What happened to everybody? I was sincere. I hope they are okay. Manuel, Rockvaki, Gran Torino, Kanchan, Rukio, Irakun, Endeavor, Gata Senpai, Toroki-kun, Hada Senpai. But, looks like everybody's here. In one way or the other. Okay, so, Izuku Midoriya and Yagi Toshinori. No idea. Whatever, so, I have to talk before you wake up. So, here we have all the previous, almost all of them. We have to stand looking at the wall for some reason. And a dude made of flames. Huh. Okay. So, on to the conversation. Alright, sorry to put this on you while Tana are still the stuff. We have two of them looking at the wall for dramatic purposes. This is fate. It's more of a thing. Timing. Thing really. First Senpai talked to you last time, right? And then you got the other two? What from Successors? In a vision again. But looks like we have a bit of time here. Previously we were only able to interact with you when you were severely you were severely mentally shaken. In the last 4 months my power, one for all, has been growing exponentially. And with that increase in capabilities is for files of previous holders, those of one for all were copied and passed. And over time we were able to communicate with one another as well. Since a brief encounter with my brother forcing himself inside our domain, it has become easier for us to come before you. Well, your privacy is safe, so you don't need to worry about being watched all the time. You have no mouth again. No, even back then, I was able to make noises. My mouth slowly manifesting itself in this realm. Alright, so Deku's voice is muffled. What do you mean? About having to talk. I will do the talking. And the big dude. My name is Title Drop Shinmori Hagake. I'm the fourth user of One for All. Your previous fight brought forth my power through your will. Danger sense. Right. Okay, so this is the guy who had the spidey sense. Neat. It scared me there. Sorry. I was alerted. Sorry. I was altered to be over to your alterness manifesting. Way with words. Mr. Shinomori here is a weirdo hermit who lived in the woods because he was so irritable when it came to society. And he's dodging. Okay, that's funny. So yeah, it call it Spidey sense, call it observation hockey. It's the same thing. It was a turbulent time. I wasn't a weirdo. Everyone else was. Are you aware of my age and cause of death? You are 40. Cause of death was on my file in at least cause of death. No, it looked like he scratched it out while writing it. It was old age. The frack? Yeah, old age at 40? I didn't understand why either. Benjo and I were discussing it amongst each other, but it was through Hayagi-kun that we were able to understand. In layman's term, one for all is not able to be held by a regular person. So, quite literally, the quirk killed him, in essence. I held the All for One for the longest out of anyone aside from Yagi-kun. For those 18 years, I evaded the All for Ones while training this power. With this phenomenal strength, I realized that I would never be able to beat him in this state. I had to nurture this power myself so someone else could do it. In my final year, the quirk broke my body. Ugh. At first, I thought it was the cause of me having a weak constitution, at worst, chronic disease, but with Organic's existence, it would confirm all theories and suspicions for me. Me dying of old age, it meant that One for All will slowly but surely burn away the life force of any of its holders. Life force? That's terrible. But, wait a moment. What about All Might? Who held All for One way longer than Shimori-san? That's the thing we're trying to say. I didn't have One for all that long, and I died while fighting, so there wasn't a lot to compare to. Yagi thought the incongruency in lifespan had to do with some invisible limits to the load each of us could take on. Which led to Shinomori-kun wondering to himself if Yagi had something he didn't. All Might is quirkless. Right. I see, so that's the point. It's with the Yagi-kun who's still alive today that we learned this information. As of as a model of his subconscious relay all the information he went back to us. We haven't brought it up with you just yet because we weren't so sure, but after listening to my brother, I believe the clarifications is clear. The idea that a portion of a quirk's user's consciousness permeates within the new user makes us wonder how and why elements of the Yagiku are here despite him being quirkless. We thought that consciousness manifested itself in this realm was tied to their quirk, but Yagi being quirkless is different to all of us. So he's a unique sample that we'll have to observe. It seems as though Yagi alone was able to summon our consciousness without knowing about it himself. For 40 years, Yagi-kun has had all for one. Those who are born with a quirk already have their... Huh? Metaphoric? Oh, metaphorical, duh. Metaphorical field. And adding other ones to their cup makes it crack and spill over, leading to what happened with Shinomori. I see. Tashimaru was an empty cup, so one for all Wakui we confirmed that and fitted itself to become his true quirk in a sense. Though it's even known as to the casual relationship between one for all being inherited and adapting to its user's quirk. It looks as though the least to offer for the quirk was had the most potential with inheriting this power. In summary, we can actually passing this quirk onto a normal people, normal, already blessed with a quirk of their own. Normal. Okay, that's brilliant in terms of storytelling. After all, what would consider extraordinary is normal and vice versa. That one for all needs to be given out cautiously. That's what you're saying. With each generation, quirkless people have become more and more infrequent, which means potential applicants are limited. This is something neither you, Yagi, or any of us could have predicted. The fact that one for all was passed down onto you was nothing short of a miracle. If only we were able to communicate with our successor faster. Perhaps we could have prevented the tragic deaths of more people. In other words, Kido, you may be the last successor of One for All. Me? The last. Anyway, that was the main topic. Edo-kun, are you able to kill Shigaraki Komura for me? Dun dun dun! And that's a chapter. Righty, huh. Okay, this was a explanation-heavy chapter. Though that is interesting. Extremely so. So, ironically enough, people with quirks can't inherit what's probably the most overpowered quirk out there. And this is the interesting part. Sure, Shigaraki failed to acquire, One for All, but Izuku notwithstanding, and a possible maybe successor to him, which, like I said, is probably the last. The user of All for One is quite literally the only one who would be able to handle this quirk. Ironic. And this last line, are you able to kill Shigaraki Tomura? Her grandson for her. This ought to be interesting. Honestly, I really like where this is going. But hey, that meant people, I'm gonna leave it here. I hope you enjoyed the study, and don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell, you know the drill. Till then, I'll see you around. Ta-ta!